So last week, the personal attorney of President Donald Trump, his office, his residence, his safe deposit box, all of that was raided by the FBI. Now, obviously, federal prosecutors did not believe that Micheal Cohen would produce the materials that they coveted willingly, because if they did think that, they would have just issued a subpoena.
And he would have just had to turn everything over.
Right. So rather, they issued a search warrant. They got a search warrant signed by the federal judge, and then they executed that the FBI raid. So most people have speculated that this is this is concerning Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal, the payments that were directed towards them, $130,000 or $150,000. Now, Trump has, both of them have admitted to an affair with President Donald Trump. President Donald Trump has claimed that they are lying and that he has not had an affair with either one of them. He also says that he has no knowledge of the payments that were directed to them. Now, one of them, Stormy Daniels, the $130,000 payment, the personal attorney, Micheal Cohen, admitted that he was the one that paid Stormy Daniels, and President Trump had no knowledge of that.
He did it on Trump's behalf without Trump knowing, because he's there to protect Trump. He is the attorney.
He's a great attorney. So anyway, Micheal Cohen was in court on Monday, and he admitted to having 3 clients within the past year. Now, one of them is President Donald Trump. The other one, or the second one, was Elliot Brody. Elliot Brody is a former deputy finance chairman of the Republican National Committee.
Now he's former.
After this scandal kind of came out. So the scandal is that Cohen orchestrated a $1.6 million payment to a former Playboy playmate that Brody supposedly had impregnated.
Does Cohen even practice law? Because it seems like he's just there to handle dirty work and pay people off. That's what
he's a fixer.
That's essentially Cohen is a fixer. That's what he does.
He must have a license, man. He must have a license to practice law.
No, he probably does. But I'm just saying, like, what is he practicing?
Fixing. Yeah, he's Olivia Pope. Just in the legal sense. Man. Just in the legal sense. Man.
I don't know if he's that. I don't know if he's that dirty.
All right, let's go on. All right, so anyway, those were the 2 clients that he willingly admitted to. Now, the third client of Cohen's, he did not want to produce that name in court. Judge Kimball Wood asked him for the name, and she couldn't see any legal basis for Cohen not producing the name. Now, Cohen's attorney said that the client was very prominent, had a prominent name, and that he didn't want to be brought up in this whole mess. He wanted to be outed. It would be embarrassing. So ultimately, Judge Wood and the attorneys for Cohen agreed that they could just write down the name on a piece of paper, put it in an envelope, and bring it up to the judge, and she would maintain it under seal. So it was at that point that attorney Robert Balin interrupted the proceedings. So the attorney Robert Balin, was there representing the media institutions such as ABC, New York Times, and CNN. So he argued that there was no credible claim to seal the name of the client, and the name itself is not attorney-client privilege. He said, quote, "If your honor is going to order disclosure of this name, I see no basis for denying public access to that name." So after that, there was more exchanges between the 2 of them. But in the end, Judge Wood clearly did not see any legal basis for withholding that name. So she ordered the attorneys for Cohen to disclose the name.
But she knew there was no legal basis to start with, though. But she was going to do a little favor, right?
Oh, yeah, she was going to do a favor for them. Yeah, and just maintain that seal until she heard from the attorney for the media. So when she ordered that they disclose the name, they did so, and the name that they disclosed was Sean Hannity. The same Sean Hannity that is the notable network anchor at Fox News, and the same Sean Hannity that has been reporting
on this case, on the Trump investigation, on Micheal Cohen,
on Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal.
So what does that say? I mean, because now he rightfully, took jabs at Rachel Maddow and anchors on CNN for being biased and being in the tank for Hillary Clinton, right?
He did.
He rightfully took jabs at him. I mean, they set themselves up. But one thing that's different with those cases is that they didn't have a direct connection to Hillary Clinton, and they didn't have a vested interest in, like, let's say, like Hillary Clinton possibly going down for something. If Hillary Clinton was going down for something, most likely they weren't going to be connected to it. So they weren't personally attached or directly attached to Hillary Clinton or a business associate or a lawyer of Hillary Clinton. So this entire time he's been muddying the water concerning the Stormy Daniels situation with the money, the FBI in regard to Mueller.
Yep.
And this situation, and the FBI raid, just the FBI investigation in general, and now this Cohen thing. So, what do we say about all of his commentary, considering he did not reveal he was a client?
Micheal Cohen has never represented me in any matter. I never retained him, received an invoice, or paid legal fees. I have occasionally had brief discussions with him about legal questions about which I wanted his input and perspective. So he also said that in response to some wild speculation, let me make clear that I did not ask Micheal Cohen to bring this proceeding on my behalf. I have no personal interest in this proceeding, and in fact asked that my de minimis discussions with Micheal Cohen, which dealt almost exclusively about real estate, not be made a part of this proceeding. So somebody's lying, because again, it was Micheal Cohen's attorneys that said that their client or his client directed him or asked him not to reveal his name. But if Hannity is saying that no, he did not ask Cohen to not reveal his name, but Cohen is saying that yes, my third client asked me not to reveal his name, somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. And if you speculate on who's lying, okay, so Sean Hannity did not disclose this information to the public. Fox News did not disclose it. He didn't tell any of his viewers about this information, though, like you said, he's been reporting on the FBI investigation and the FBI raid and Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal. He's been reporting on this the whole time. So if Sean Hannity had nothing to lose here, like if he really had minimal dealings with Micheal Cohen, then it would have been no problem for once the property of Micheal Cohen was actually raided, he would have no problem saying that, you know what, yeah, I did ask him for some advice from time to time, but yeah, I'm not really a client of his, and this isn't gonna hold me, accountable for anything because I have nothing to do with it. He doesn't have anything on me.
So now it kind of compromises, like, his entire narrative and his entire commentary surrounding everything with everything now, because it makes his whole the FBI is biased and it's a witch hunt. It makes all that seem like a sham now, because again, he has a personal interest in Micheal Cohen not going down, seeing as he dealt with Micheal Cohen in some form or fashion, even if he wasn't a client. He has a personal interest in making sure Cohen doesn't go down, and in conjunction with that has a personal invested interest to see Donald Trump not go down as well.